everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've enjoyed our time in the Bar Harbor area and Acadia National Park, but the time has come to move on.
We are hoping to get away from the touristy areas, and we're exploring the Blue Hill Peninsula today. According to some of the notes that I made while researching Maine, I believe in the state of Maine there are just 8 places where you can see where freshwater and saltwater meet and they create reversing rapids. This is called Blue Hill Falls. So essentially what happens is when the tide changes, it becomes almost like just a crazy rapids or waterfall. So we missed the tide change just a little bit. It would have been cool to see from the water coming in to going out, but even just missing it a little bit, it's still pretty incredible to see this.
As you can see, it's a pretty strong current.
One of the really cool things that seems to be unique to Maine is how significant the tide change is from low tide to high tide. If you look here behind us, you'll be able to see where the water comes up, and I'm gonna guess it's like maybe 5 feet, around that at least, for the difference from where it is now at low tide to the high tide mark. That's pretty cool.
Well, that was pretty cool. Now we're gonna go check out another spot called Harriman's Point Preserve.
Hey dear.
Hey buddy.
What you doing? That's a lady, isn't it? Hey lady.
You enjoying that apple? Yeah.
Oh boy. Lots of roots. I wasn't expecting this.
What's pretty cool in all these little bridges, you can see the chicken wire that they have, and that's there so the chickens don't get through.
Steve is always thinking. You never know what's going to come out of that mind of his. Our stop here is not quite ideal. Earlier today we anticipated that we'd get done working at the library by about like around noon or 1 o'clock, do a half-day work and then do some exploration in the area. But we should know better. It's typical for us. A lot of times we go to the library. It takes us way longer to get work done. Today we had some complications loading our video. Actually not loading it, but actually exporting it. And then this is my busy season with my clients. So had a lot of work to do at the library. So now we are here a lot later than we originally planned. And we don't have a lot of daylight. We got to this preserve, which sounds really pretty when I read about it online. But I guessed that the beach would be a lot closer. And we have a little bit of a walk. So we're going to get out there, see the water, and probably have to turn around and go right back. We got to the end of that part of the trail, and then there's a bunch of houses around here. We had to take a turn down a different kind of road to finish following the path. Well, it's really pretty out here. especially with the sun going down. Wow. That's nice, huh?
It sure is pretty.
Look at that view. And not another soul around.
Except me.
Other than you, Steve, of course. That spot didn't have an easy way to get down to the water, so we're kind of rushing to try to find a spot where we can go out a little bit closer to the water. Work it, work it. At this point, we're here.
About
and
halfway.
I think we'd have to get out here. So there's no way. We've done an about face. We looked at the map and realized we probably can't get out closer to the water other than this one spot. So we're just gonna go enjoy that. Maybe we can get down closer to the water there. If not, we'll just enjoy the sunset view. And that's just the reality sometimes. Gotta do work and then play.
If you would like to see us do less work and more play, become a Patreon today. You turn your head a little bit. Those houses over there are nice and all, but for like 3 or 4 hours a day, you've got to stare at mud.
It's pretty mud.
Well, that was fun. I'm glad we didn't go the whole way though, because I think that would have been a giant mistake. We would have been walking back at dark in the woods, and I would have got scared.
Wow. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. I think it's the harvest moon tonight, a full moon. And look at this spot. This is where we're going to overnight tonight. Hard to beat this. Whoa. And then I walked around the corner and got this view.
On the menu tonight is hot water.
We hear it's very tasty.
And sliced tomatoes. That's all we get. No, just kidding. Got some that rotisserie chicken at Walmart. It was a couple months old, so it was on sale for $4. So we're going to heat that up and make some tasty wraps. Mm-mm.
Look at that. Heating up the wrap. Yum. And Steve wins the prize for innovation tonight. What do you call this?
Clothespin wrap, naturally.
That wrap's not going to fall apart. Is it? Always thinking. What you doing, kitty? Are you so sleepy? Here comes the sun. Definitely in my happy place here. I couldn't think of a better place for us to park overnight. Being able to wake up to this, see the sunrise, walk around, listen to the water, look at all the little critters and stuff growing. The only thing not so great is the army of mosquitoes. Literally, like every time I stop to take a video or picture, they literally land on my fingers or swarm around my head. And that's the only downside. But other than that, it is absolutely perfect. Now, is this view not quintessential Maine? Ah, look at that. Perfect sunlight, boats in the harbor, beautiful. You can literally hear a sound from the changes of the tide. Almost like water is just slowly moving out of the seaweed. I can just not get enough of this place. I think I've decided that my favorite thing ever is being on a beach at low tide. I loved it when we were in Oregon, in Bandon Beach, and there were all the sea stacks and tidal pools. And then here, with all the rocks and all the seaweed or whatever growing on the rocks. Oh, it's just awesome. I mean, look at all this rich color from when the tide goes down. I love it. And no one's here. Something else that's really neat this morning is back here, there's actually fog laying over the other islands in the background. That's really pretty. Look at this, you guys. A great find. That is an awesome find.
Oh, hi, baby. What are you doing? You like it here? Nice. Huh? What do you think of that? Steve is sleeping. funny? Huh, you little person? You seem like a little person? Did you just wave to everybody? Say hello, adoring fans. Hello, adoring fans.
Something else, huh?
It's the quintessential New England seaport.
Is it a seaport? I don't think it's a seaport.
I don't know, what do you call it?
It might be a harbor.
Seaside town.
Yeah. I came outside around 6:15 this morning for the sunrise, and you said it's around 8:45 now. It's pretty neat to see the difference just from the tide coming up. I'd been walking all around out here, and now everything's covered. Just a few rocks still sticking up out of the water. And what I think is really funny is that this guy missed it all. But you can just live vicariously through my pictures and video, huh?
I didn't have the best night. I was coughing a lot. As you can probably hear, I still have a lot of congestion. So,
Yeah, but do you ever get up for the sunrise?
not unless the sunrise is at like 9 a.m.
That's not true. You usually are up by like 7:30. It was a rough night last night, though. I had a rough night too. Ugh. I'm still coughing a little bit. And then I don't know if it's from the beehive hike I did or from something else, but my back has been bothering me in one spot. It's been like spasming, waking me up in the night. Hopefully that'll get better soon. It's quite amazing the difference a couple hours makes. Something that's kind of funny with the tide coming in is that it basically just picks some things right up as it comes in. So we've got little shells that are just floating because they're upside down when they're laying on the ground.
You guys see that pomegranate sitting on the rock right about there?
Pomegranate. I think Steve's wrong. I think it's a mandarin orange.
Whoops. It's not good when you see these signs the next morning.
That's cool. So we just left the overnight spot and we were driving to our next spot, and I noticed this little boatyard area here, and I saw a guy working inside, so I just stopped and asked him if I could get some footage. They're working on the cabin of a sailboat. So that was fun. We kept driving down that little side road where we saw that first boatyard building, and found these bigger buildings down by the water. It's pretty cool to see them working on the boats. That's neat.
Yeah, this is one of the many things I love about New England is all the boatyards and these just quaint little houses right on the shore. A lot of charm in this area.
Continue on Maine 175 West for 4 miles.
Well, the tide is coming in now. Check it out. Well, this is where we're going to leave you for this episode. A quick thank you to all our patrons. If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron yourself by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with other information about this episode. Thanks in advance, and we'll catch you on the next one.